Peaky Blinders, Season 4. Before I get into it, you know the drill, full of spoilers of Season 4. So if you haven't seen Season 4, get out. Or if you want to stay, I don't care. So these first two episodes of Season 4, I think are the two best back-to-back episodes of the entire series. I love where the characters are at in the first episode. I think it's so interesting to see the downfall of Tommy's betrayal at the end of Season 3. It's pretty 50-50 on how people feel about it. Michael has pretty much forgave him. He still works for Tommy. Then there's people like Arthur and John who have basically forgiven Tommy, but they're completely gone. They're not part of the business anymore. They're on their own. They live on the countryside. They live their own lives with their wives. They're out of the Peaky Blinders, essentially. And then Polly has lost her mind. She can't stand Tommy. She's never going to forgive him, which, it's understandable. I would be pretty pissed off as well. So it's very interesting to see everyone at their place after Season 3. I was very fascinated by how characters reacted to that and where they're at now. Then everyone starts getting the black hand and all hell breaks loose. And you get the clear, driven plot of the season, which I love, is basically the Italians are pissed for Tommy killing that one Italian in Season 3 because they killed Grace, the one guy who was going to torture. The Italians are pissed about it, and they're going to come and kill the whole Shelby family. I think by far this is the most interesting plot out of all 4 seasons. And yeah, in the first episode, John gets killed. And I will say, very shocking, and I like this death a lot more than Grace's death because I was very invested with John. I was actually very sad to see him go. And like I said, really didn't see that coming at all, which really set the tone for the season. It really feels like people are actually in danger this season. I feel like people could actually get killed, actually get hurt, and the villains are pretty frightening. And I'll get to the villain right now. I thought Adrian Brody was great as Luca whatever. He's the big Italian villain of the show, and I thought he was awesome. But I will say his accent did get a little ridiculous at some points. Like he was trying way too hard to be like Marlon Brando in The Godfather. It was like a spot-on impression. Like sometimes I didn't feel like he was trying to be this new character. He was just trying to do an impersonation of Marlon Brando. But hey, I still thought he was a menacing presence. Like the second episode where he's in Tommy's office and they're talking and he has all the bullets out and he's telling him how he's going to kill everyone one by one. And then Tommy. That was such a great scene. One of the best scenes in the whole entire series. We can introduce another cool character. It's Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. And he's basically this assassin. He just fucking fucks people up if they pay him the right price. And I really like this guy because he's on Tommy's side, but you can definitely tell he will stab him in the back at one point or just, you just can't trust him. But he's on the Shelby side right now, so he was pretty badass, and I really like this character a lot. And there are other plot elements I really won't get into because they're not as interesting as the Italian stuff, but I will say the other plot elements that aren't as interesting don't dial down the season too much. Yes, there are scenes where you got to go back to the union stuff and the boxing stuff. That was pretty interesting, but like I said, the union stuff and the boxing stuff, it's a big part of the season, but it doesn't dial down the season because the main focus is we gotta stay alive. The Italians are gonna come fuck us up. And I really like in the season how we see that past actions in the other seasons are gonna come bite him in the ass. And it was great. There was a lot of plot elements that I found very interesting because you're like, oh shit, I forgot that even happened in Season 1 or 2. Shows that your actions do have consequences. Breaking Bad does it perfectly. Here, they do it very well as well. Oh, and I forgot that Tom Hardy was in the season. Yes, he was in the season. He was great as always. I love the scene with him and Luca. That was a great scene. They're kind of standing off against each other. I've talked about everything I loved about the season, but unfortunately, I gotta talk about what I don't like because unfortunately, this is not a perfect season. I thought it was going to be. I really did because those first 2 episodes, I was locked in, and even the episodes that kind of slowed down a little bit, I was still locked in. But I will say, there are some things I had some issues with. The first thing I want to say is with the villain. Love him as a villain. I thought he was menacing and very interesting. I love when he's on screen and everything. But sometimes his motivations were unclear. The second episode, that scene that I love, he says he's going to kill everyone and then kill Tommy. But then he goes and teams up with Polly, and I get that they're not going to kill Polly and Michael then, but they still try and kill Tommy, even though Arthur and Ada are still alive. I thought his goal was to kill Tommy last. I get that he's not going to kill Polly and Michael anymore, but there's still other people to kill. And I don't even get why Luca even teamed up with Polly in the first place, because it seemed like he could get to anyone pretty easily. He had Tommy in a room all alone. Why didn't he just kill him then if his goal was just going to change? If he was not going to wait till everyone was dead to kill Tommy, why didn't he just kill Tommy in that room? If it was so hard to get Tommy where he had to make an alliance with Polly, you had Tommy in a room alone. Why didn't you just kill him then? That's where I was like, I don't get what you're trying to do here. And sometimes the motivations become unclear. Like, I get he wants to kill everyone, but his plan just got a little jumbled up, I guess. And I will say, unfortunately, the finale I felt somewhat unconvincing and a little rushed. There are some great moments. I do love the parts where Thomas is basically on vacation and he can't really, do anything that has his mind free. He has to be distracted all the time because he's so disturbed by the war and all the fucked up shit he's done. Like, he always has to be busy to keep sanity. Thought that was great, and I love that line where she's like, you have to rest, and he's like, rest is for the next life, or something like that. I love that. It shows that Tommy has to basically take over the world to be satisfied and not go crazy. But I just felt like this finale felt pretty rushed. Like, the part where Arthur dies, it was very unconvincing. When that happened, just how it was edited, and the music, and how it was paced and stuff, I was like, there's no way he's actually dead. This is happening way too fast. And I did like that Arthur eventually did kill Luca. Like, that was really cool. And I do like how the whole plan was, working with Al Capone, because that's not going to really work out. Like, that was a cool little, oh shit, Al Capone's going to be in the show now. So I thought that was cool. But like I said, it just seemed sort of rushed. And at the end, I love the idea that Thomas is going to be running for parliament. Like, I thought that was awesome. He's gonna be in the government and stuff. I was like, oh shit, like, how's he gonna get in there? How's he gonna win this election? Oh, he won. He already won? Okay. I thought that was a little rushed. I thought it'd been cool to see how he, won the election and stuff, and there's probably corruption and all that shit going on. So a lot of it happened off screen. Granted, a lot of stuff on the show happens off screen, so I can't really dock it. And I haven't seen season 5 yet, so I don't know if the politics stuff is a big factor in season 5. Like, the writers we have to have this end at season 4, which makes me think maybe they should just cut their losses and made season 4 a little bit longer. I don't know though. Like I said, I wasn't in the writing room, but that's just how I viewed it as. In the end though, season 4 of Peaky Blinders was great. I think it's probably my favorite season so far. They had the 2 best back-to-back episodes of the whole entire series. I don't know if the first episode is my favorite episode of the entire series. I think season 2 finale probably is, but still up there. I thought the plot was very interesting. It was very straightforward. It really felt like the characters were in danger. It showed that the past can bite them in the ass. I love some of the characters' motivations. I love some of the new characters that have been introduced. I just had some issues with some of the villains' motivation, and the finale felt a little rushed. But yeah, another great season of Peaky Blinders. I had some issues, but didn't really ruin the season as a whole. Like I said, it's probably my favorite. It's either that or season 2. I'd really have to think about it, but I love how the plot was pretty straightforward, and I had a great time again. I'm going to give season 4 of Peaky Blinders a 9.5. Yeah, you're probably not very surprised by that. 4 9.5s in a row. Hopefully season 5's a 10. I really don't hope it's below a 9.5. But then again, I hope it's not a 9.5. 5 9.5s in a row. Sheesh. So, season 4 of Peaky Blinders. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click here to see more of Dave's Takes.